March 2nd, 1977, Circleville, Ohio, Westfall High School. Superintendent Gordon Massie opens his mail like every other morning. Routine, paperwork, memos. One envelope doesn't belong. No return address. Columbus, Ohio postmark. Inside, block letters, carefully printed. Dear Sir, according to my girlfriend, you have asked her to go out many times, and have asked the other female bus drivers too. No signature, no explanation. At first, it looks like a crude accusation, anonymous gossip. But this letter is not written in anger. It is written with purpose. 2 weeks later, miles away, Mary Gillespie steps out of her farmhouse to check the mailbox. A quiet, rural road. Bills, advertisements, and one unfamiliar envelope. She opens it. 5 words. I have been observing your house. That is all. No threats, no accusations, just a statement. The next letter arrives soon after. Longer, more direct. Mrs. Gillespie, stay away from Massie. Don't lie when questioned about meeting him. I know where you live. I've been observing your house and know you have children. This is no joke. Please take it serious. All capital letters, neatly written. Columbus postmark. Someone knows her routine, her family, her alleged affair with Gordon Massie. Mary reads the letter, then does the unthinkable. She throws it away. Pretends it never happened. 1 week later, another letter arrives. This one is no longer polite. Lady, this is your last chance to report him. I know you are a pig, and I will prove it and shame you out of Ohio. The writer knows details that should not be public. Massie's exact salary, his $28,500 a year job. And then her child. How's your little girl? Will she grow up to be like you? This is not rumor. This is access. By April 1977, the letters are no longer the only weapon. The phone starts ringing. Heavy breathing. Whispers. Then silence. Mary changes the locks, alters her routine, checks her car for tampering. It doesn't matter. Every new route she takes appears in the next letter. Every visit to family is documented. How long she stayed, when she left. This is not obsession. This is surveillance. By summer, the poison spreads beyond Mary. Business owners in Circleville open their mail. We know about your tax problems. Families receive envelopes. Your husband is cheating with his secretary. Secrets no one talks about. Mistakes buried for decades. The writer knows them all. By the end of 1976, Mary is no longer the only target. Letters arrive at her children's school. Threats reach relatives across Ohio. And then, a shift. The writer chooses a new focus. Mary's husband, Ron Gillespie. Ron receives his own letter. Mr. Gillespie, you're doing a lot for her. No one cares that much for anyone today. Make him come to her rescue, but he won't. Make her admit the truth. Call the school board. His affairs must stop. The writer understands Ron, his temper, his instincts. his pressure points. Mary finally tells Ron everything.
I didn't want to involve you in this, but someone has been blackmailing me for months.
The letters, the surveillance, the fear. Ron explodes, not in panic, in anger. And Ron decides, this ends now. Together with Mary and his brother-in-law, Paul Freshour, he begins writing back. Anonymous counter letters, warnings. I know what you're doing, so stop it, or else. For 3 weeks, the letters stop. The house grows quiet, too quiet. Because the person behind the Circleville Letters has never lost control before. And they are not finished. They are escalating. And they are about to stop writing threats and start building something far more final. The silence does not last. It never does. August 19th, 1977, 9:47 p.m. Ron Gillespie picks up the phone. We never learn who is on the other end, but we hear Ron's voice. Where are you? I'm coming right now. You're going to pay for this. He slams the receiver down, grabs his .22 caliber revolver, tells his daughter one sentence before leaving the house. He knows who wrote the letters. Ron drives into the Ohio night. 20 minutes later, Ron Gillespie is dead. His pickup truck is wrapped around an oak tree on Tarlton Pike Road. No skid marks, no sign of braking. Inside the truck, Ron's revolver, 1 round fired. Police find Ron's blood alcohol level at 0.16%, almost twice the legal limit. But witnesses confirm Ron was sober when he left home. A sober man does not become legally drunk in 20 minutes. The only explanation is chemical. Ron was drugged. Paul Freshour, Ron's brother-in-law, visits the crash site himself. He notices something police overlooked. The oak tree shows fresh damage 10 feet above the impact. Scraped bark, broken branches. Someone was above Ron when he arrived. Someone waiting. Sheriff Dwight Radcliffe rules the death. An accident. Case closed. 3 days later, Circleville is flooded with letters. To the sheriff. You know Ron was murdered, but you're protecting the killer. The people deserve to know the truth about what happened on Tarlton Pike Road. The writer knows details of the crash scene that were never released. Mary receives her own letter. Now I can tell Gordon what I really think of him. Mission accomplished. Ron is gone. But the writer is not done. The harassment intensifies. Daily letters, hourly phone calls. Along Mary's school bus route, signs begin to appear. Hand-painted, crude. Mary Gillespie is a whore. Ask Mary about her boyfriend, the superintendent. Placed where children can see them, where parents can see them. Designed for maximum humiliation. By 1980, Gordon Massie resigns. His career destroyed. His marriage barely survives. The writer has eliminated a second enemy. Now there is only one left. Mary. In February 1983, Mary is driving her school bus when she notices another sign, targeting her daughter. She stops, rips it from the ground. The sign is attached to a wooden post. The post is tied to a string. The string leads to a small metal box hidden nearby. Every instinct warns her. This is a trap. But rage overrides caution. Mary takes the entire setup home. That evening in her kitchen, She opens the box. Inside is a loaded .25 caliber pistol, wired to fire when the lid is lifted. A booby trap. A millimeter difference would have killed her. The firing pin jams. Pure mechanical luck saves her life. The gun's serial number has been etched away with acid, yet investigators trace it anyway. The weapon belongs to Paul Freshour. Paul insists the gun was stolen weeks earlier. A police report exists.
Sheriff Radcliffe orders Paul to copy the anonymous letters for handwriting analysis. Journalist Martin Yant later explains the flaw. If someone is copying from a letter, they're going to match that style. Still, an expert testifies the samples match. Paul Freshour is charged with attempted murder. His wife, Karen Sue, is divorcing him. If Paul is convicted, she gets everything. She is also dating another man. A large man, sandy hair, drives a yellow El Camino. A vehicle matching witness descriptions near the booby-trapped scene. Police do not pursue the lead. In October 24, 1983, Paul Freshour is convicted, 7 to 25 years. And then something happens that should be impossible. The letters continue. Same handwriting, same Columbus postmarks, even letters addressed directly to Paul inside maximum security prison. No pens, no paper, no access. Paul receives one himself. Freshour, now when are you going to believe you aren't getting out of there? I told you 2 years ago. When we set them up, they stay set up. Don't you listen at all? The joke is on you. The sheriff loved it. Do you believe it now? Signed, the Circleville Writer. If Paul is writing the letters, this is impossible. If he isn't, the real writer is still free, still watching, still escalating. And the worst part is yet to come, because the letters are about to prove beyond doubt that the wrong man is in prison. Paul Freshour is sent to a maximum security prison under constant surveillance, strip searches, and isolation. No pens, no paper, and no access to outgoing mail are permitted at any time. And yet, the letters keep coming. To Mary Gillespie, that stupid Paul is in prison for something he didn't do. To residents across Circleville, everyone knows what you have done. We're watching your house every night. Same handwriting, same tone, and the same Columbus postmarks appear on every letter. Prison warden Robert Daniels launches a full internal investigation into the possibility of correspondence being sent from inside the facility. Paul is searched repeatedly and placed in solitary confinement. The conclusion is unavoidable. Paul Freshour is physically incapable of writing or mailing letters. Still, Sheriff Dwight Radcliffe insists Paul must be smuggling them out somehow. He orders more searches and more isolation. In 1988, another letter arrives, delivered directly to Paul's cell. Now, when are you going to believe you aren't going to get out of there? I told them you wrote the letters and they believed it. You were a fool to confess to something you didn't do. Paul never confessed, not once. In 1993, the writer makes a critical mistake. The producers of Unsolved Mysteries contact Sheriff Radcliffe, and something disturbing emerges. A postcard arrives at the producers of Unsolved Mysteries. For the first time, the threat goes national.
But one postcard stands out from the rest. In fact, it was a threat designed to keep us from telling this story. It reads, "Forget Circleville, Ohio. If you come to Ohio, you Sickos will pay. It's signed the Circleville Writer.
Why would an anonymous terrorist go out of his way to protect a local sheriff? Why warn outsiders not to investigate him? Despite the threats, Unsolved Mysteries arrives in Circleville. They uncover testimony that had existed for years and had been ignored. A witness reports that 20 minutes before the booby trap was discovered, at the same intersection, they saw a yellow El Camino driven by a large man with sandy hair. When noticed, the man turned away and pretended to relieve himself. The description does not match Paul Freshour. It does match someone else, Karen Sue Freshour's new boyfriend. Police knew his name, knew his vehicle, and knew his connection to the case. They never followed up. In May 1994, after 10 years behind bars, Paul Freshour is released on parole. And then something happens that no one can explain away. The letters stop. Immediately. Completely. Forever. 17 years of terror end on the very day Paul walks free. Coincidence? Or the loudest evidence of innocence Circleville ever produced? Paul moves to a campground in Morrow County, keeps to himself, repairs trailers for tourists. He repeats one sentence until the end of his life. I did not write those letters. Paul Freshour dies in 2012 at the age of 77. He never confessed, never recanted, never stopped asking for the case to be reopened. 3 theories remain. Paul Freshour, Karen Sue Freshour and her boyfriend, or Sheriff Dwight Radcliffe. None were ever proven beyond doubt, but one fact stands unchallenged. The writer had access to confidential records, to police information, and to private lives. They moved among the victims unnoticed, trusted, invisible. And when Paul Freshour was released, the Circleville letter writer fell silent, as if the objective had finally been achieved. Not justice, not truth, but control. Some mysteries are never solved. They are simply buried. And Circleville, Ohio learned to live with the silence.